Gone are the days of spending mega money on golf clubs. Do you feel like golf clubs are getting too expensive in 2024? Do you feel like you're getting caught up in the rat race of having the latest and greatest golf clubs in 2024? Well, I want to take you back to a simpler time. I want to take you back to 1999. I think it was 1999, maybe it was even before that. But guys, today we're talking about the TaylorMade burner, and we're talking about the bubble shaft. Now this thing hasn't been going for a very, very long time, but it was revolutionary back in the day. Today we're going to test it for numbers against the brand new, all singing, all dancing TaylorMade QI 3 wood. I'm going to let you into a little bit of a secret. This thing may look a little bit battered, it may look a little bit worse for wear, but it only cost me, how much did it cost me? £23.99. That's quite ridiculous. So this is a 15-degree 3 wood. It has a stiff shaft in there. It is, of course, a stiff bubble shaft as well. What was happening in 1999, Bobby? Were you born?
I was 2 years old.
2 years old, Bobby, a young Bobby. Picture of Bobby with his hair in 1999 on screen now, because I do have that picture. Your mum showed me that at the pub, Bobby, funnily enough. But guys, so it's actually quite a small head. If Bobby comes in here and shows us the size of this 3 wood head, I don't think really 3 woods have changed that much. Like, I look at that design now, and yes, we might have a little bit more kind of COR on the face. We might have a little bit more kind of trampoline effect on the face, more ball speed, but it's the same length shaft as the QI that we're going to test, and it's the same loft. So when we talk numbers, you might be quite interested to see how far things have come, because you could get almost £200 change out of this if you were going to go kind of QI 3 wood. So without any further ado, I'm going to put it out there. This thing sounds incredible. Look at that. Little low fade down the middle. That was actually quite heely, but you can see it bounding down the fairway. The reason why I wanted to do this video for you all is because I got this in a builder bag challenge from the guys at Golf Clubs for Cash. The driver that they put in I hated, so I was using this. I absolutely nailed it. I nailed it off the tee. I hit some really good shots off the fairway, and it salvaged me a pretty good round, to be honest, for £23.99. What's that, like $20? That's ridiculous. Some places in America, you'd pay that for a beer. I know, because we've done it. Bobby's not done it, but we've done it. So let's keep going, because it almost sounds like a V-steel. Who remembers the old school V-steel technology? That's miles down there, by the way. I've actually caught the ground slightly before that, and we've got that real low spin knuckleball flight, which I really, really enjoy. You'll notice I'm hitting these off the ground. I'm not even teeing them up, because this head shape, this head style, this head size for me really suits being kind of penetrated into the ground and then hopefully a nice low ball flight. It's almost Sergio-esque. Does the bubble shaft hold any significance whatsoever for you? Because it does for me. This is something which TaylorMade obviously decided not to run with, and I remember once having to re-grip one of these in the pro shop back in the day. I sliced it off without even thinking, and then I tried to get a normal grip on, and I was like, oh no, that's not going to work. I don't know what happened to the guy. I think he just binned it, to be honest, which I feel really bad about. But if don't try and re-grip one, basically. The original grip, unless you can get... Can you get the grips? Bobby says you can get them. So... Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So we've actually hit a Titleist GT2 fairway wood down this hole for a separate video. We are testing it against the QI10 in the kind of studio. We've actually done it at a golf course using the Golf Zone Wave, but we'll see how far these have gone in relation to the Titleist as well. So effectively, we're testing this against 2 of the heavyweights of 2024 for £24.99. You can really see where we're going with this. Or was it £23.99? £23.99. Can we hit another one down this fairway? Oh, Bobby, stop it. Look at that. Fading down that left side. How much has technology come on with modern day fairway woods? Is this the best looking fairway wood, the best option for a fairway wood still in 2024? And save yourself a fortune. Are we all being fooled into thinking that technology is bringing the game on? Or am I just a hopeless romantic? Let's go find out. Very, very interestingly, as you can see, front to back dispersion with this TaylorMade burner, very, very impressive. A couple of varying strikes as well. So for me, I'm really, really happy with, first of all, we've got 3 balls in the fairway out of 4, but we also have very, very good front to back dispersion, very consistent distance. The 4th shot is here in the rough, and the Titleist's 15 yards, Bobby, maybe 20. I mean, I did absolutely nuke the Titleist, to be fair, in the video we're doing, so bear that in mind. Guys, let's jump on the fairway. Let's see just how good this aero burner. Is that where the name aero burner came from? I've just thought in my head. I never put two and two together. No, aero burner was TaylorMade back in the day. Let's test this Super Steel and see just how good it is. Because again, I think for the price, like realistically, would you take 10, 15 yard difference for 23 quid? Potentially. Does it mean that much to you? Or is it a club that you're happy to keep in play? Then we're going to talk numbers and see potentially if it's great value or cheap rubbish. So if we talk technology for this burner, I keep wanting to say aero burner, for this burner bubble shaft 3-wood, there isn't really much to go at. Like, we do look at it, we don't have a V-steel sole, we don't have a through slot speed pocket, we sure as hell don't have a Traxel carbon crown, and there's no twist face to be seen. So what were the big buzzwords back in the day? What were TaylorMade going at? Obviously the shaft was a huge thing. The shaft was in the drivers as well, and we also have those little kind of rally lines on top, which someone's done the best to deface, unfortunately. But I think on top, that looks really, really good, doesn't it? It looks really, really traditional. And I love the old T-bug stamp on there as well. So for me, this is certainly a club where, where's my glove, Bobby? Have I lost another glove? No, surely not. Surely not. It's there, Bobby. Ah, but guys, comment below, is that a raise for Bobby? I think it potentially is. I go through so many gloves, it's frightening. But you did cost me a hat the other day. I did. Now, we're into the wind here, and I did say we were going to go off the fairway. We are going to hit some off the fairway, but I want to see if I can play that real low penetrating shot, because this is a club which, to be honest, I think is synonymous with like the Open Championship. I can just see players hitting this off tees, really kind of flighting it down. Is that their skill level? Probably. Or is it the club that allows you to do it? So we're just going to try and muscle some down the fairway. We'll go behind the tees, we'll not do a Gary Martin and go in front of them, but move the ball back in the stance a bit, try and play some. Oh, Bobby, look at that. That's the shot, isn't it? Like a little low fade, just releasing up the left-hand side of the fairway. Can we play it maybe a little bit straighter? So it's got the forgiveness, it's got the versatility. Them two shots were exactly the same. I think we look at the dispersion elements and levels, they're going to be very, very close once again. And the enjoyment factor's certainly there. I don't know if it's because I know I'm saving money, so the Yorkshireman in me is like, oh, it's 25. Like, the talking point would be, mate, I've just knocked it past you and that cost 24 quid. That would be it. Like, I might put this in the bag just to hit it past Gary, just to have that conversation. Because I know it can happen. And from there, you're in the head, aren't you? You know you're in the head, and you know you're probably going to beat them. Oh, look at that. That is phenomenal. Let's get down there. Let's see just how close together they are, because they're three of the exact flights that I was telling you guys I wanted to hit. How much was it, Bobby? $23.99. $23.99. So we took both these clubs out on a tee box using the GolfZone Wave launch monitor, and we did have lots of different views of it. However, the footage seems to be lost, and Bobby can't find it on his camera, but we did hit quite a lot of shots here with both these clubs, and the important factor is, of course, the numbers that we did get. So as you can see, the numbers were quite interesting. The burner still did okay for ball speed at 152, but it wasn't close to the QI10 156 miles an hour ball speed. QI10 also spun, to be honest, more like a driver at 2,900 off a tee, again off the tee box. So it did go quite a little bit further, almost carrying towards that magical 250 yards number with the 3-wood as opposed to the 239 with the burner. Obviously a little bit more run out as well, with it being low spin, resulting in quite a big difference. But then for the price, is that a big difference? Get in the comments and let us know. This really excites me because we've got 3 shots here. Yeah, they're in the semi-rough, but the consistency levels of them is quite frankly ridiculous. And whenever I test even kind of newer products, to have this element of throw a blanket over it, we don't really get it that much. Obviously, I'm not the most consistent golfer in the world. I hold my hands up to that wholeheartedly. Try saying that quick. Hold your hands up to that wholeheartedly. But I think this club for me, maybe isn't acting as a modern day strong 3-wood. As you saw from the numbers, it was a little bit behind. The ball speed wasn't quite up there with the new QI10. You'd anticipate that. Club head speed was, so that shows the technology in the head is making a little bit of a difference. But I certainly think it could be just a club for a number. you know, like a 230 yard club, a 240 yard club, that kind of club. Let's test it out of this kind of moist semi-rough and see if we can get up towards that green. Should we see how far we've got in before we go, Bobby? Because I think, again, does it matter that it's a 3 wood or is it just a 230 yard wood, that kind of shot? Let's get the right. It's 250 yards. We're going to have to hold on to your hats. We're going to have to get all of this. But as we kind of stagger up, we might have a chance. And again, for that price, I can't hit a club better than that. That's literally ridiculous. Bobby, is it on? It's on. Guys, quite frankly, I'm amazed. I hope you're amazed. I hope you've enjoyed this video. And I hope we all start thinking where to spend our money in 2024. I've duffed that one. Not a great one to end on, but for 23 quid, we'll take it.